What's going on, my truckers? Welcome to Muthatruckernews. Today we have a segment update. One is about Wyoming Department of Transportation and that there were over 16 semi-trucks involved in this pileup in this tunnel. You know, the floods this weekend in Kentucky and Tennessee and West Virginia was not looking good. You know, and they say as of now, 10 fatalities. And we have some remarks here from truck drivers, and you can see some floods, and just anyone that's in that area, please just trip plan and be careful. But let me read you guys these updates here, and I appreciate you guys so much. You guys be safe out there. Thank you for being the 1% that moves 100% of America. What's going on, Mother Truckers? Welcome to Muthatruckernews. Today is February 16th. Want to give you guys some updates here. First, with that tunnel in Wyoming. You know, we heard a lot about this, but Wyoming Department of Transportation finally has an update about the Green River Tunnel. It says here, Wyoming Highway Patrol troopers and other first responders have confirmed one additional fatality as they work to investigate and clear the tragic Green River Tunnel crash that occurred at mile marker 90.2 on Interstate 80 on Friday. So that means that there are now 3 fatalities. They did not say that it was truck drivers or not, so I'm still waiting on that update. But it says here that Wyoming Highway Patrol has cleared about half of the vehicles involved in the tunnel fire, basically to the middle of the 1,200 feet tunnel. Last night, 4 passenger vehicles and 9 commercial vehicles were removed from the crash site. In total, WHP believes 26 vehicles were involved. Okay, 10 passenger vehicles and 16 commercial vehicles. So 6 commercial vehicles and 2 passenger vehicles were completely destroyed by the fire. So, you know, I mean, a life loss is sad, but I will update you guys if it's truck drivers or not. So here's some information here for oversized commercial vehicles. It says there will be a 10.5 feet width and 16 feet height restriction through the head-to-head lanes in the eastbound tunnel. Oversized vehicles should contact YDOT's oversized load permit offices for detours info, and I'll put that link down below. All right, so I mean, look at these pictures right here. I mean, this is disheartening, man. I mean, of course I'm not an engineer. I can't tell you if the tunnel is in good shape or not, but to hear that 16 of those vehicles were truck drivers, commercial vehicles that were involved, super sad. So just want to give you guys this update here. Now, I definitely want to get into this today. Over the weekend, the weather has been crazy, and we just got updated news that at least 10 people have passed away from just the bad weather and floods in the Kentucky area alone. So this area impacted Kentucky, parts of West Virginia, and parts of Tennessee. It says at least 9 people died in the storm of Kentucky alone, and officials expect the death toll to rise. It's one of those things where it says in Tennessee, the National Weather Service in Memphis issued a flash flood emergency on Sunday afternoon after a levee along the community of Rivers failed, causing rapid onset flooding there and in its surrounding areas. So it's just crazy to see. I want to share some information with you. Kentucky suspends certain restrictions for commercial vehicles aiding flood relief efforts. So it says here the Kentucky Transportation Secretary signed an order to suspend certain restrictions such as maximum driving time and weigh stations on commercial vehicles that will be involved in relief efforts after expected flooding. And this is what they released on Friday. So, triple check what you got, but, hours of service might not be something that you have to worry about. It says the order applies to commercial carriers that will be engaged in debris removal, power restoration, and supplying gas, propane, and diesel to areas affected by forecasted heavy rain and flooding. If you see this right here, it says Bob Aaron records the semi-truck stuck in flood waters in Mingo County in West Virginia. Luckily, the truck driver I heard was not inside. This is where they park, but just see how bad the flooding is right here. Here's another person that writes from Tracy's story that says, here are some pics from the devastating floods that have impacted from Kentucky to West Virginia, and in between the areas we'll be serving will be Grundy and Hurley, Virginia. Had another truck driver, Doc, says, got here about 1 a.m. and that was in downtown Franklin, Kentucky. For my first drop, it was a wet ride. This flooding around here is no joke. I backed into the spot and stopped before the water got deep enough to get in my hub oilers. This water is 3 or 4 feet deep behind me, and I'm watching some of these hands drive through it. So, you know, that's crazy. You definitely don't want to do that. So appreciate you for sharing, Doc, but definitely crazy to see, you know, and that was earlier this morning, right? And so it's just crazy, you know. Overall, Mud Truckers, just want to share this information with you. Pray for everyone in Kentucky, West Virginia, and Tennessee, and anywhere else where there's very bad weather and floods and snowstorms. And especially, I'll update you guys when we find out what's going on with the tunnel from the Wyoming Department of Transportation. So, Mud Truckers, comment down below, but I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Just want to keep you guys updated today.